Fat, drunk, and stupid is no way to go through life, son.
It's true, you know. It's true. Wow, that is like crooked.
So can you do either of them? Like you could just do fat drunk or stupid and drunk? Because fat drunk and stupid.
You're going to fall over in that chair. You're going to prove you're one of the three.
I have toes. One of the three.
One of the three. Ah, good evening. Good evening, my friends and fellow YouTubeers. Vlad Riot, YouTube. Awful redneck game.
No, don't go.
Dennis, Doran, could you be a little quiet?
No, I had to be quiet all day.
Well, I could just tell you to stop playing and go to bed.
I can't hear you.
Jiminy Cricket, man, a lot seems to have happened in the week since I've been gone. What's happened, Jiminy Cricket? Bright Glory, good morning. Good morning, Bright Glory. This is my wind down and chill stream. Where I grab my very large glass of wine. I try to talk over my son who keeps talking really loud next to me. And I try to chill.
See, we're fine. We're fine. Oh, no. Not again. It's Mojo.
Stayed a burrito. I got stuff in my teeth. Isn't it nice, though? I didn't eat it on stream. What a nice, wonderful guy. Wonderful guy. One glass a day is good for the heart. That is correct, Vlad, right? That is very, very correct. It's not boxed wine, Jiminy Cricket. It is not a boxed wine. Let me see if...
Explain that again to me, but very slowly.
I used to do... I guess it's a little late for Edwin. Who puts ice in wine? Blasphemy. I really like it. It's actually not wine. It's not just wine. It's half Pinot Noir and half tawny port. And I like it with ice.
Oh, yeah.
Good morning, good evening, whatever the case may be. Oh, you used my line on a work call? That's rad.
Oh, no.
That's actually, I stole that from Art Bell. I don't know if you guys remember Art Bell. He used to do a show called Coast to Coast AM with Art Bell. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, whatever the case may be. Because it was a world, it was a global show. You'd have the West of the Rockies line, call 1-800-449-8255. The East of the Rockies line, 1-800-449-82... I don't remember. Gosh, was that the number? 449-8255? Do I even remember that? Or am I just making that up? Anyways, ice and wine is great. Don't hate. Thank you, Rhaegar. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I don't even know what's in that box in the hallway. It's just a bunch of stuff. Anyhow. Why do you keep messaging me, Jacob? Sweet, I'll have to tune in for that. Right on, Jacob. Tune in for it. Until then, leave me alone real quick. You know what? Actually, I don't want to drag this over here. What I want to do is I have... boy, I never go to Facebook, but there's so much stuff on Facebook. Like random stuff to talk about. Any plans to come back to any shows for Texas? Not currently. Oh, that's neat. Look at that. It's a de-shrimper. Carnival. What is this? I don't want notifications. I don't want your gift certificate. I don't want your... What? I'm clicking on this thing on Facebook for a shrimp de-sheller. Not that I can even eat shrimp. And it takes me to some fashion crap. Shop now. Oh my goodness. This is ridiculous. Trash. All right, let's see. What do we have going on? Jeanette Dubois from Good Times, dead at 74. That's too bad. Good Times. I didn't hear anything about this. Did you guys hear about this? Jeanette Dubois? Good Times. Let's see. Honestly, Facebook makes my eyes hurt. Twitter makes my eyes hurt. But let's see here. Jeanette Dubois. I'm trying to remember her. Was she the neighbor? Honestly, I haven't seen Good Times in forever. Oh, was she Penny's mom? Olona adopts television's biggest little star, little Janet Jackson. Oh, she passed away. She was the neighbor. So was she Penny's mom? The neighbor? Yeah, I used to watch this. It's crazy. It's funny, people are always like so, I don't know, bent about race and stuff. And man, I was if you go back to like 1974, I know 74. I think like 3 or 4 of the top 10 shows were like black centric shows. And you know, you don't get to be top 10 by only having 14% of the population watching your show. Everybody loved these shows. Everybody loved these shows. Good Times, The Jeffersons, Sanford and Son. I love these shows. Everybody loved these shows. Who didn't love all those shows? We watched them all the time. Freaking, it was the Norman Lear era. That's right. Norman Lear had something like he had a majority of those top 10 shows, and he was always. It's funny because he was pushing race relations in the same sense that Blazing Saddles did, right? Same sense that Blazing Saddles did. They made fun of racism. And if you make fun of a thing, you take its power away, right? I mean, I know that's in what Rules for Radicals, but it's true. If you mock something, you weaken it. You weaken its. That's why Trump is so good at mocking his enemies. I'm pretty sure All in the Family still has the record for most spin-offs. All right, name them all. I mean, we have the Jeffersons. What else was a spin-off from All in the Family?
Pieces falling to the floor.
I honestly don't know. Oddly, All in the Family was one of the few I didn't watch. I mean, I watched it. I just didn't watch it as much as I watched those other ones. Happy Days had Laverne and Shirley. Maude, Jeffersons, Good Times. Good Times was a spinoff of All in the Family? Really? That's interesting. I didn't know that. And Maude, I didn't know Maude was either. I guess I didn't watch it enough.
We got this.
Yeah, but what else besides Laverne and Shirley did Happy Days spinoff?
One guy left.
I don't know. But hey, Godspeed, Janet Dubois. Godspeed. May Flights of Angels carry you home. Mork and Mindy was a spinoff of Happy Days. That's right. And Joni Loves Chachi. That's right too. I totally forgot. Jeez. You know, I'm actually friends with Chachi's wife on Facebook. All right. What the heck are you laughing about? What are you laughing about? What are you laughing about?
I made us explode.
He made it explode. What's up, Dennis? Mork and Mindy. Yeah, that was a great show, too. Oh my gosh, dude, could you just... I'm going to kick you out. If you can't just be a little more quiet, because you're being like as loud as you can be, and it's annoying me.
Why did you start another stream?
Why are you still up? It's 12:41. You shouldn't be on the computer anymore. All right, let me go back. Let's see. Blah 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 blah. What else happened? What is that? That's weird. Oculus Rift. White man's brutal oppression. No one is illegal. One's still on land. Sony and Marvel to introduce bisexual Spider-Man bounding into comics. Just when I thought I was out, they pull me back in. Leftists riot against Caitlin Bennett at Ohio University. Yeah, we covered that this morning. Proof. That's a YouTube video. I can't click on that. Fox News. Young black conservatives unite around President Trump. Why don't we check that out? Never saw those shows. How old are you, Jiminy Cricket? Jason, how old are you? Good Times did not spin off All in the Family, but the guy who played Lamont co-created Good Times. Well, alrighty then. Young black conservatives unite around President Trump. I'm not going to play it. Chants of "We Love Trump USA" echoed around across the East Room of the White House before, during, and after President Donald Trump's address to hundreds of young black conservatives. The president's address was part of the Young Black Leaders Summit, a 4-day conference focused on millennial-aged conservative black Americans. The student activist group Turning Point USA knows that YBLS is symbolic for black voters. YBLS is important because it gives an example to this country that black voters are not monoliths and think for ourselves, says Tatum. Well, that's good. Sounds like you guys want to talk about Sanford and Son, though. Yeah, Sanford and Son was the bomb. Old article, says Rhaegar. Old article? Oh my goodness, you're right. Well, there's the problem with Facebook then. I'm just scrolling through Facebook. I think this is the laziest way for me to possibly get content for interesting things. I haven't been on Facebook in so long, and I'm like just scrolling. I'm like, wow, there's all of this stuff going on, and I don't even pay attention to how old it is. Old article. Half of the articles on Facebook are over a year old. Well, that doesn't mean I've read them. Was Chico and the Man a Sanford and Son ripoff? I don't remember that. I never watched Chico and the Man. Sanford and Son I loved. Boy, I watched so much TV growing up. Yeah. I watched some All in the Family. It wasn't my favorite. Some of these shows I only know about because they came on Nick at Night when I was a kid. Oh, yeah. Nick at Night was replaying all those old shows. But I watched these things when they were on, like, they would be sort of after school rerun stuff. What would they have in afternoon reruns? Sort of, they'd do The Monkees. Yeah, Happy Days, Laverne and Shirley, Mork and Mindy, Sanford and Son, Jeffersons, Good Times. Good Times.
The crazy one.
The Jeffersons. What was the one? Was it not Al's? Was it Al's Diner? Is that what it was called? Used to watch that. MASH. I watched a lot of TV. All the PBS stuff. Monkeys, Brady Bunch. Brady Bunch. Yeah, I watched Brady Bunch, but it wasn't like my favorite. I watched Partridge Family, but it wasn't my favorite. Mike was watching these shows back when television channels actually shut off after 12 a.m. This is true. Mel's Diner. There you go. Fantasy Island. Oh, that was later. I'm 48, man. I'm 48. So Yeah. Oh no, Order of the Green Hand is up again. You want to pop in while I finish my wine, Mary Ellen? The Munsters. Yes, the Munsters, the Addams Family. Oh, WKRP, Barney Miller. I love Barney Miller. Love Barney Miller. That was good stuff. All right, let me grab this, drop it in, see if anybody. Order in Quinn. If Quinn is around, he can pop in too and say hi. I'm not going to be on all that long. I just want to finish my wine, wind down the day, and chill. Up again. It's only 2:40. 2:45. The best part of the Munsters was that hot rod that Big Daddy Roth tricked out. Munsters was a good show. It was. Yeah, I'm really doing this stream just because all I did, I streamed a lot on the other channel. This is going to be difficult if I'm trying to do 2 channels. Can I make content for 2 channels? I want to do my drawing on the other channel, but I still want to be able to have stuff here regularly. I don't know what I'm gonna do. So anyways, here I am. I'm gonna keep going on Facebook. I know this is silly, but I'll try to find articles that are not that old. $1 billion Lucas Museum steel skeleton takes shape. Pass. Oh, here's a walk away campaign thing. My name is Mallory. I'm from Virginia. I was, or thought I was, a proud liberal. I'm a lesbian, and I was under the impression that Democrats stood for me. No, they're liars and corrupt tyrants who don't care about America or its citizens. The first time I ever voted was in 2016, and I voted for Trump then, and he will be getting my vote again. I know this is not a very lesbian voice, but I've helped multiple friends also see the truth and walk away from the Democratic Party and walk into the true party of love and acceptance. God bless you all, and God bless our nation and our president, Trump 2020. All right. I could just click the walk away campaign and read a bunch of their things because wait, how many people are in the walk away campaign group? 151,563 people. It's a lot of people considering it's just Facebook. Hashtag walk away. Walk away, baby, walk away. Updog says, do you think the coronavirus is an op to mass murder the Hong Kong protesters? Oh, gosh, that is just grim. What a terrible concept.
I already talked about that before.
What a terrible concept. Okay, so there's this thing. I heard about it today that the coronavirus didn't start in the marketplace, right? They were saying that they were backtracking where the people came from, and the virus had to get to the marketplace. And the marketplace is right next to a biological lab where they do essentially biological weapons testing. Something along those lines. So, I mean, I don't want to make any assumptions here, but it sounds a little bit like one of the weapons got out of the lab and whoops, now we're going to have a pandemic. Up dog. Bullets are cheaper and a lot less messy and prone to come back and kill everyone's family. What's up, Bat Goat? That would require too much careful orchestration that people aren't capable of. Yeah. But Max just ignores me. That cat. So I don't know. We shall see, ladies and gentlemen. We shall see. If they have a cure, it doesn't have to be careful. I think they have a cure. What was that movie? There was a V for Vendetta. Oh gosh, remember that? They released this virus and then they had the cure. So the company released the virus and then they had the cure. And then the company got rich off the cure because they had the cure to the virus that they released. Just seems odd how fast those protests went off the radar. That is an interesting coinkydink. A Hong Kong gang has been stealing toilet paper. Crime has really hit an all-time low if your crime is stealing toilet paper. Well, look at Venezuela, man. Look at Venezuela. Bat Goat says, I hate the burning thing. Don't get me wrong. Just watching. Well, you're welcome to watch, Bat Goat. You're welcome here. Everybody's welcome. They're still going on. The press just has a new flavor of the month. Let's see what's going on in Hong Kong.
I'm on the subway.
Let us see what's going on with the Hong Kong protests. I swear, those brought me to tears. I know. The crying game. I know. I don't want to hear it. But it brought me to tears. Watching the Hong Kong, those students in the protesting thing, it literally brought me to tears. So, Hong Kong protest update. Oh, let's talk about the weightier things here. Sip 'em on my wine. Sip 'em. I sip 'em on my wine.
I think it's sad because they're all waiting for like one of the other countries,
Okay.
bigger countries, to step into it.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh, say something if you're talking to me, because it sounds like you're talking to Bo. It
Like
could be a diversion up.
They're waiting for like a bigger government to step in and help them out or something. And all the governments are just silent about it.
Well, they're a sovereign nation. We can't exactly go in there with vaccines blazing. Hong Kong protesters rally against planned virus quarantine centers. Your conspiracy theory is beginning to make more sense. Hong Kong Reuters. Hundreds of demonstrators rallied for a second day in Hong Kong on Sunday to protest against plans to turn some buildings into coronavirus quarantine centers, reviving anti-government protests in the Chinese-ruled city. Looks like the protests are up and running again. The virus has opened a new front for protesters after months of demonstrations over the perceived erosion of freedoms had largely fizzled out over the past month as people stayed at home amid fears of a community outbreak of the virus. About 100 people braved the rain in the New Territories district of Fo-Tan, where authorities plan to use a newly built residential development that was subsidized by the government as a quarantine center. Riot police stood by. That's very strange. Have you guys, you know what? Real quick tangential story here. China's ghost cities. I don't know how many of you have seen this. This is weird stuff. China has built these giant megalopolis cities, entire cities. Nobody lives in them. Isn't this weird? Maybe this is what they were. No, I don't know. I mean, it's just very, very strange. I don't know how many they've built, but they just keep building them and building them. And I mean, full Look at that. Apartment buildings, business buildings,
Yeah.
storefronts, malls, restaurants, shopping centers, transit, mass transit, everything. And they're empty. That literally nobody lives there. Isn't this crazy? No, that's not cardboard, man. Look at those things. Look at just you. They have cities for millions of people to live in, but nobody lives in any of them. It's, I don't know. You guys can go watch it later. I mean, look, it's very nice. It looks like a nice place to live, except for nobody lives there. So you'd be kind of lonely. But people stayed home. Photan, where authorities plan to use a newly built residential development that was subsidized by the government as a quarantine center. I have an idea. Why don't you just take everybody that's got the virus and move them to these cities? I'm sorry. I'm not trying to make light. It's terrible. But isn't it just weird? They are built almost out of carton. The quality is shoddy. I don't know. Is that an assumption, or do you have information that is true? I just think it's freaking bizarre. The provinces in China build them to justify their budget, right? That's what I was thinking. It's like, the old adage. By the way, Mary Ellen, I sent you the link. That old adage of socialism is, and they're communists, so same difference, is they will create jobs like digging ditches, and then they'll hire people to fill the ditches. It's like all you're doing is creating busy work, right? To justify budgets, to keep people employed. Why I refuse to buy property in China by Sir Pencil. Well, I don't want to watch somebody's video. That's the thing. Be right there. Many assumptions here as usual. Good morning, Mike. Good morning. Let's not forget Silicon Valley willingly support Chinese censorship. Is that the case? Is it? Is it really? Let's see. Why can't I get to my channel? Yeah, so no, I saw that video a while ago, and I just thought how very bizarre it seemed. It just seems you're building all these giant. Oh, wait. Hey, look, it's Trump. What's he saying?
I rely on recommendations. Trump also commuted the sentences of 2 people convicted of drug charges and another convicted of healthcare fraud.
I mean, look for it later. All right, I'll try to remember that. Thank you for the suggestion. They do road construction at night. Have to love that. Who, Dash Hammer? China? China? China. Bing, 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 bong. China. Chinese censorship is a fact. Oh, I know, without doubt. I know. They censor their internet too. It's a communist country, man. They control everything. What do you expect? China does road construction at night. We do too here, primarily. At least here in San Diego, I think most of the road construction I've seen is done at night. But we have a lot of traffic here, so not as bad as other cities. We're not horrible. Ray Thulu says most places do road construction at night. Right? Not in Minnesota, not allowed. Really? That's weird. Maybe it's got more to do with weather. Minnesota's probably frozen at night. Video of Bloomberg admitting his News Corp censors their stories for China's laws going around today. Admitting his News Corp censors their stories for China's laws going around today. I don't quite understand that. Union rules. Oh, there you go. There you go. Union rules. All right, Elijah, it's 1 o'clock. Now you can go to bed. Because it's your bedtime. Hey, don't whine me. You're the one that made this rule. I'm just making you stick to it. All right, let's see. About 100 people braved the rain in the New Territories district. Oh, I already read that. A 38-year-old mother of two said she had waited 8 years for her home in the Chun Yuang estate and was expecting to get her keys by the end of this month. What the heck? I feel like that went into a totally different direction with that story. There's no consultation. We don't know how long they'll use Chun Young estate. That's why we are so mad. She, the woman. Reuters, come on. This is Reuters. You'd think Reuters would have an editor. She, the woman. All right. Father of two, Kobe, 36, also expressed frustration at not being told for how long the public housing might be used for quarantine. What the heck is this person's first language? Because this is Reuters. It's an English language website. They should be able to edit. I've waited 8 years. I have 2 children studying in kindergarten. I'm sorry, but children don't study in kindergarten. And I've already transferred them to the school info 10. He said, protesters gather. I don't even want. I'm laughing at this because it's so badly written, but I'm sorry. This is not a funny topic at all. Protesters gathered in other districts on Sunday with Hong Kong property prices among the most expensive in the world. Owning a home is a distant dream for many, and frustration over housing has triggered protests in the past. Many Hong Kong people, already angry about what they see as meddling by Beijing in the former British colony's affairs, which it denies, have criticized the government's handling of the virus scare, piling pressure on embattled city leader Carrie Lam. On Friday, the government sought to appease the families that have been allocated a flat in the Fotan estate by pledging a special subsidy. Oh, okay, I get what they're talking about. 3 weeks ago, protesters set alight a lobby of a newly built residential building in another district in the New Territories that authorities had planned to use as a quarantine facility. The government dropped the plan. Hong Kong has had 57 confirmed cases of the coronavirus. 1 person has died of it in the city. Some Hong Kong people have called on the city government to seal the border with the mainland to block the virus, but Lam has ruled it out. All right. That was a terrible article. Bloomberg said stuff would have triggered every SJW on Earth. Media is silent. Bloomberg is at 15% in the polls. Last poll I saw, dude has spent $400 million in advertising. Dude is straight up trying to buy this election. It's crazy. Freaking Bloomberg, man. Can you imagine? I mean, really think about it. With how many decades have the Democrats been going after campaign finance reform? And the guy that is literally doing everything that contradicts campaign finance reform is a Democrat. Dude is trying to buy his way into the presidency against everything the Democrats have stood for. And I'm going to just laugh my butt off if he gets the nomination and Democrats actually vote for this. It's just going to be... How much irony could you take in one election? Okay, Malde Sientin says, I mean, practically every enterprise in the U.S. does business with China. True, I do business with China. So they have to follow oppressive Chinese law in China, or else they might be liable under U.S. law. Crazy, huh? They have to follow oppressive Chinese law in China, or else they might be liable under. Is that true? Is that accurate, Mary Ellen? Is that accurate? Do you know?
What? What do you mean?
Maldicientin says, practically every enterprise in the U.S. does business with China, so they have to follow oppressive Chinese law in China, or else they might be liable under U.S. law.
Follow the president. I don't know. I have no idea. Just give me a second. That's a pretty heavy question just to hit me with right there.
That's why
I
I thought it was funny, because you just rolled in here and you're like, a what? A what?
No comment.
All right. No comments. Good. All right. Rhaegar says, Mike, he is saying that Bloomberg News is basically shilling for China, and he admitted it. They abide by their laws instead of doing basic journalism. Oh. Is that where Bloomberg made his money, is through news? I know his name, but I never pay attention to anything related to him. Isn't it crazy that Bloomberg has spent $400 million on this presidential race, and he's only been in it for like a week, 2 weeks?
Oh, you need Dave for this chat.
I know. I was just
talking about politics all day. He was ranting about that earlier.
Oh, was he?
Yep.
That's funny.
Yeah, he was going on about how much did he spend?
$400 million.
Yep.
Who is my guest? This is Mary Ellen from Order of the Green Hand. Say hello.
Hey, everybody. How's it going?
Everybody's going all right. We got 36 viewers watching now, and I'm already down halfway past my wine consumption, Mary Ellen.
That's all right. I'll just hang out for a little bit.
That's all good. It's all good. Yeah. So let's see. What do we got going on here? It's melon. What?
It's melon. So when I was little, like, because Mary Ellen, if you just remove the airy part, it could be melon.
Ah.
And my brothers called me Mary Melonhead. And then it just became melon. Melonhead.
That's so funny. I had a friend who we called Fetus.
Okay. Why?
And it was a similar thing. So no. Okay, we didn't call him Fetus. Fetus was one of the transitionary nicknames. We called him PP.
Okay. PP became
so because for some reason they said he looked like a baby fetus. So at first his nickname was Baby Fetus. And then somehow it went from Baby Fetus to Fetus. And then it went from Fetus to Fajita Pita.
Oh my goodness.
And then from Fajita Pita, it just went to PP.
So he's just PP now?
Well, I haven't talked to him since high school, but yeah.
I have a lot of nicknames. My name is long.
Weird transitionary nickname thing. That was like the funniest one ever.
PP.
PP. It's like, why? Well, it all starts with Baby Fetus.
Melonhead's a bit mean. Yeah, a little bit.
I know, that's terrible. Why would they call you Melonhead?
Tell
me the story. Break my heart.
They don't even really have. I mean, they said I kind of had like a tiny bit of a big head.
Guilty, also as charged.
Yeah. So they called me Mary Melonhead, and then it just became Melonhead, and then that got shortened to just Mel. And then it's like, okay. I also, people call me ME, like ME.
Mm-hmm.
Dave called me for a long time.
They never reduced that to just me.
Yep. Yeah, that too. And Dave called me Tinnamin or Honey Bunches of Oats, and then that became just Tinnamin Oat, and then that just became Tin. So Tin, because I'm tiny.
Tiny Tin.
Yeah, I'm Tiny Tin. Exactly.
Did
It's
we just
fun.
come up with another one?
Yeah, I say Tiny Tin all the time. Yeah, it's funny. And then I was also Oat, and then Otis, and it's just fun. Nicknames are fun.
Yeah, they can be. I mean, I've always been just Mike.
Right. You could be.
Backwood
You're
wants
not.
to
You're
know-
not Eminem.
I actually was Eminem for when I was a little, for not for very long though.
Yeah, because
Eminem.
MM, right?
Yeah.
MSM though. Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. So like when I was little, my name is long. And are you still there?
I am.
Oh, okay. Something just went crazy on the computer. I was to like what my name was. They wanted to call me Mary, and I was like, that's not my name though. So I was always correcting people and telling people how to spell it because I have a middle name too. So Ellen's not my middle name, but
So is Mary Ellen
whatever.
hyphenated, or is it all just one word?
It's one word, capital E, and my middle name is Vincenza.
Vincenza.
Vincenza. Vincen.
Well, Vincenzo, but female. So you Italian? I think Mary Ellen's gone. Bat Goat, you know what is cool about being here beyond being
feminine.
Christian? The feminine Vincenzo. So you're Vinny. She's gone. Hail. I'm beyond sick of it, and I think it's kind of weird. I agreed, Bat Goat. Thank you for being here.
Mhm.
Italiano. Yeah, Mary Ellen seems to be having a little bit of problem with her interconnections here. So
My
you there?
yeah. I don't know why.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
There's no sun up in the sky, 'cause it's midnight.
Uh-oh. I don't know what it's doing.
Maria Elena. Bright Glory says Maria Elena. Liam Hardy says she sounds hot. Mary Ellen.
Oh.
Oh no, she's gone. Oh, we lost to Mary Ellen. Poor Melon. Poor Melon. All right. Don Hammer says super delegates and shenanigans could put in a Bloom Michelle Obama ticket in a contested primary. Oh, it's going to a contested convention. I would put, I don't know if anybody would bet me. I made $1,400 off the last election betting people that Trump would get elected. And I started making this bet like way back in the beginning. But I have no idea. I don't know what happened, Mary Ellen. You just like kind of noped out. So you got the link if you want to try again. Bright Glory called you a Maria Elena. Maria Elena Vincenza. Molto pericoloso. Expect there to be a brokered convention. That is my bet. I would bet people, yeah, I don't know, $50. Anybody want to take bets that that the Democrats go to a brokered convention? Because I don't know. We'll see. We'll see after South Carolina. I'm gonna laugh my butt off if somebody else completely. If Joe Biden takes South Carolina, I'm just gonna laugh my freaking butt off. I can't remember who it was in a previous election who was totally ignoring New Hampshire and Iowa and just putting all their money on South Carolina. What was that? Who was that? Backgoat says, I bet 70K that Trump wins. That's my net worth. Yeah, right. I have a full Bitcoin. I would probably bet a Bitcoin on that if someone would take the bet. Cause I have zero. I got zero doubt that Trump is going to win. Trump isn't going to. Trump is going to win. I have no doubt that he's going to win. So, Oh yeah, that was a funny thing. Let me see if I can find that today. Oh my gosh, this was so funny. Let me see if I can find it. Some lady has been arguing with me about insurance, Obamacare. I'm like, I don't care. Let's see. What now? Bingo, you gotta. Where is it? This is such a great. Where was it? Is this it? No, that's not it. Just left. Ka pa pa. Do. Not you, Katie Gray. No. Why can't I find it? Let me go to my profile, see if it's there. Here it is. All right, let me share this with you guys. This was so funny. All right, look at this. An anti-Trump Twitter account launching a poll and getting 64.5% approval rating on a left-leaning social media site like Twitter, and they say Twitter polls don't work. Silly people. Check this out, though. Now it is 67.3%. Feel the burn. 67.3%. Listen to this. Look at this guy's name. Hi, I'm a turnip and I have a higher IQ than the president. DMs open. And look how triggered he is. To all the Trump bots reading this, I hope your circuits blow out. I hate it here.
Oh no.
Oh man. Looks like every single MAGA troll in Twitter history made their way into this thread tonight. Makes it easier to report and block. Oh my gosh. This guy's so triggered. I love it. It's so much. It's so much fun. I almost said so fudge mun, but there's no such word. Oh, look. Does he have any more? I love it. I love it. I just think it's so funny that, what is it at again? 57%. No, 67% now. 67%. I'm sorry. It's all right. It's all right, Mary Ellen. I don't know what happened to your computer, but I don't know. You can try rebooting if you want. It's always funny when this sort of thing backfires. I know, right? I know. And it's also, I don't know, man. I'm not one of these people that thinks Twitter polls are fake. I think Twitter polls, they may not be perfectly accurate, but I think they're pretty, you get a sampling of thousands of people. I think you have a pretty good state of where things are. Jared, 45 minutes before you got a notification. I do apologize for that. I do apologize, but it's YouTube's fault. He's going to win. Democrats are crabs. If it's a PPP poll, I'm going to laugh myself blind. I don't even know what that is. See. Can you imagine how Bernie Bros will react if Bernie loses the nomination at a brokered convention? I've seen videos of them saying they will get violent, so not sure if I have to imagine that. Not sure if I have to imagine that. I'm not a rich douche for real. I just came into a lot of money all of a sudden. Really bad goat. Congratulations. I I won't suggest. It's bad. I'm not a financial advisor. However, I will point out that Bitcoin is having a pretty good year. You would be up 162% on your investment if you invested in Bitcoin a year ago today. If you invested a month ago, you'd be up 11.25%. A week ago, you'd be down by 0.9%. 24 hours ago, you'd be up by almost 5%. And 1 hour, you'd be even. So, not saying, I'm not a financial advisor, but if I were, I would suggest you get into some Bitcoin. Otherwise, let's see what else is good. Home. Oh, we've got Ethereum. How's Ethereum doing right now? Up 6.82% in the last 24 hours. Up 12.7% in the last week. Up 57.92% in the last month. What? Let's see how it is on the year. Up 98.54% in the last year. Tell him about Friday night auctions. Batgoat says Bitcoin sucks. Inheritance is the shizzy. I would love to inherit some Bitcoin, Batgoat. Hey, if you don't know, Batgoat, we do Friday night auctions here, and we do sell original comic book art and commissions and whatnot from very excellent artists who will be here tomorrow night on Drawn and Quartered. I think we're going to do Sonic. I think it would be wise to do Sonic. So Jalapeno Milk is asking. Thank you for the $20, Batgoat. I do appreciate it. All right, I'll relent. But they could possibly do a contested convention. But given how crazy their constituents are, it may not be wise. Plus, with that, I don't see what other candidate they give it to. Batgoat says his dad was rich. He can't help it. Oh, you lost your dad? I'm sorry, brother. I'm sorry to hear that, man. Yeah, when my dad passed away, I got a pretty good chunk of money too. Although, here's the funny thing. My dad, well, I don't want to get into the whole thing. My dad was suicidal. And he changed his insurance policy to accidental death because he was planning on killing himself and making it look like an accident, right? But God decided he didn't want my dad to kill himself, so he gave him 2 massive strokes. And so he didn't die of an accidental death, which meant that his health insurance only paid out half of what it would have otherwise. So the significant inheritance I did get was half of what it would have been if he hadn't been suicidal. But it doesn't really matter. He came to know the Lord in the last couple of days of his life, and that's all that matters. So he died in 99, and you're still riding that inheritance back, goat? Man, you must be good with money. Brings a lump sum. It brings a lump sum to the throne. Is this a stroke, not accidental? Whoops, I had a stroke. I guess it is, but it doesn't count for insurance purposes. Same year my old man passed. Bad goat. Mine passed in 2004. 2004. So 5 years after yours. Just let Bernie run. Pete and Warren aren't winning, and Bernie isn't going away. I don't know. It doesn't really matter who runs. They don't have anybody. I mean, let's play like imaginary. If they would only run on the Democrat side. So, who do you guys think, if they would only run, they would have a chance to beat the greatest president of our lifetime, Donald J. Trump? Who do you think? I think, you know what? No, I'm not even going to say anybody. I want to hear your guys' opinions. Kanye West wouldn't run against Donald J. Trump. Kanye West would be like, man, can't I be your VP? Just kick Pence to the curb. You need some Yeezy up in here. Oprah Winfrey. Yeah. Tulsi Gabbard wouldn't win. I think she would have had the best chance against Trump, but I don't think she would win. Oprah Winfrey has the star power and the love of millions of people who would otherwise not even bother voting. She's a female. She's black. She's the richest person in entertainment. Honestly. Dwayne Johnson, I think Dwayne Johnson would run as a Republican. I don't think Dwayne Johnson would run as a Democrat. I could be crazy here, but I don't think he would. No one that can win the primary would be able to win the general. Right. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Dennis Peruch says Blacklist Universe, no chance to win, but Bloomberg is a financial bailout. He'll kick in $2 billion that won't have to be raised for presidential race, which will go to other campaigns. If he's the one, he's only going to put that money in if he's the one running. What's up, Phoenix Lord Acid Man? Been a while. How's it going? It's going well. It's going well. I'm just trying to tap out my wine for this lovely episode of Wine Down. Chillaxing until it's time to mosey on over to the bedroom, kick my son out of my bed, and crawl in and lay my head on that comfortable pillow. That God-blessed pillow. Sounds good. Dems cannot say no to Bloomberg's money. I know. I was saying that earlier, Dennis. I don't know if you're here. It's just so hilarious that the Democratic Party, who has been fighting for decades for what do they call it? Campaign finance reform. We've got to have campaign finance reform. They fought it. Election after election after election, campaign finance reform. Oh, Bloomberg wants to spend $2 billion on his own campaign. Woohoo! Go Bloomberg. Well, if it wasn't for double standards, Democrats wouldn't have no standards at all. Sure, but back in 1996, polls were accurate. Now we get Hillary will win by 27 points. I know. That's what you can't trust the polls anymore. I'm drinking vodka. Is that cool? I don't know. Is there ice in it? Get it? Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. Rich unions. Rich unions. Hey, you guys want to do a call-in show? I get scared about doing call-in shows on my particular channel because I have so many trolls. Let's see how many trolls I have today, right now. Let's wind downstream. I have 4 downvotes, which means there are at least 4 trolls in the chat waiting to come on and destroy my show. So, all right, never mind. I'm not going to do that. Unrelated said Tulsi would win against Trump in a landslide because of the mythology surrounding her. I mean, as far as the Democrats go, if I were a Democrat, well, I can't even fathom being that stupid. But if I were, I'm just kidding. From my perspective, Tulsi would be the only one who really had any shot at beating Trump. because she's rational, and none of the other ones are rational. Are any of the other candidates rational? I mean, Joe Biden he's rational with, as far as senile people go. He's a rational senile person. Mike supports ice so much he has it in his wine. That is correct. It's true. It's true. Can always save call-in for a private stream. Oh, that's a good idea, Dennis. I should do that. I shall do that. Yes, private stream, members only streams. I will do a call-in show. I'm going to plan that for sometime this week. That's a great idea, Dennis. Thank you very much. Unrelated comment says Tulsi is pro-abortion, anti-wall, gun-grabbing, pro-diversity, and open to talking about making whites pay reparations. But she says the same thing about foreign policy that Trump does. So, is there more to that? Tulsi wouldn't win 2020, but I think she set herself up well as a moderate for 2024. The thing is that where is she going to be a moderate? There's no room for moderates in the Democrat Party. There is no room for moderates in the Democrat Party. Let's see how Chainlink's doing. Chainlink is great. Chainlink is like this. Look at that. Look at that. Up 67%, up 62% over the year, 67% over the month. Chainlink allows all the different blockchains to communicate with one another. So very good technology. Excellent idea. And I think will do well in the long term. Not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. Thank you very much. Tulsi isn't very moderate. For the Democratic Party, she is. That's the scary thing. It reminds me of my friend Andre, who went to Harvard. And I know you guys have heard this story before, or some of you have. But, he's always going on about how he's a socialist. And I'm like, dude, you live life like a freaking capitalist. I don't want to hear you being a socialist. But he's like, oh, I'm a socialist. I went to Harvard. And I'm like, well, tell me, out of all of your teachers at Harvard, wherein you learned to be a socialist, how many of them were conservative? And he sat there and he thought about it. He's like, I had 32 teachers over my time at Harvard. 2 of them were conservative. One of those conservative teachers was Obama. That's how outright communist the teachers are at Harvard, that Obama was the conservative. People ask me why I don't want to send my kids to college. It's insanity. But that's what the Democratic Party is now. Tulsi, whose policies are all very far left, is the moderate among the crowd. It's insane. I hate capitalism. Has a monetized YouTube channel. Who said that? Who hates capitalism? It's not me. You're not talking about me, right? I love capitalism. I am a free market capitalist down to the bone, baby. She doesn't have to be a moderate. She just has to appear to be moderate. And listening to normies talk, that seems to be the case. Fair enough. Obama was like a European centrist. Obama was a waste of 8 years. I love that I can come on here, 1:37 a.m. my time, have a glass of wine, and talk politics with my friends. My channel, so consider this a politics show. The only two shows I've done on my channel today are politics and religion. I did cross examinations, and now I'm doing, wind down, and we're talking politics all night. So I think it's great. I love talking politics, I particularly love talking politics with people that I disagree with. As long as they're agreeable about it, That's why I love having Quinn on. Quinn is great. He's very articulate, intelligent, thoughtful, but he's young, and I think he's got some. I think he has some changes he's going to go through in his political thinking, and I hope I'm there for it. I like that guy. I like him a lot. But I love that we can talk politics and just discuss and not get all crazy and stuff. Good content. Thank you, Updog. I don't remember the channel. It was movie review. He started off with "I hate capitalism." Was that Michael Moore? Lee Monger Bear says, "We're here for you, Mike." Well, thank you, Lee Monger. I appreciate that very much. Obama cages, a real thing. Why did Biden say it was to help?
That's the cool one.
Mayor Buttigieg, it's Buttigieg, I wish he would just pronounce it correctly, is trying to play himself off as the moderate candidate. Is he? Is he? But he's not. They're all socialists. They're all socialists. I think they're all to the left of Obama, and Obama's a socialist. Where's that? I don't know what the question means. Buttigieg says nothing when he speaks. Very Obama style. Truth. All right, here's a good one. Giuseppe Balsamo says, the blacklist universe. Democracy is a sham used to give the illusion of having choice while simultaneously installing a rigged system that is used to rob you of that very freedom. And no, we don't actually live in a democracy, Giuseppe. We live in a representative republic. We vote for electors to elect our president. So if we lived in a direct democracy, that would essentially be allowing the mob to rule. And that is not how we do things here in America. For those who don't remember, I was on Quinn's stream with a young lady from Scotland. She's a young lady from Scotland. And in the beginning of the conversation, we were talking about our elections here. And it was funny because she was saying how, Hillary won the popular vote. She should have been president because, you have that electoral college and it's messing up everybody's ability to have their votes be heard and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, okay, there's a reason why we have the electoral college. And then later on, she was complaining about Brexit, right? She's complaining about Brexit because, Scotland's part of the UK, but they've only got 5.5 million people there. And so because there's only 5.5 million people there, it doesn't matter what Scotland thinks because England will outvote Scotland because they have 10 times the population of Scotland. And I'm like, you know what you guys need in Scotland or in the UK? Electoral college. She made the perfect argument for the electoral college because she was going through the mob. And she guffawed at it for a second. Then she's like, wow, a cat just walked past in the background. Yeah, that's Max. That was Mad Max. Direct democracy only functions in small populations. That's correct, Dashhammer. The mob ruled in Athens, and that went fine for a while. Benjamin Manzanares. Texas soon will be blue state. The only reason the red is because Republicans draw electoral districts to intentionally dilute minorities' voters' influence, but that will soon be over. Is that what you want? Is that what you want? You want minorities, the minority voters, to take over Texas so that you can have a blue state. It's been a red state forever. Mike, you have a cat in your house. I know. I've got 2 cats in my house, actually. Hey, 7 sent your package out today. I have your tracking number here. Are you ready? 420-782-9410811899561274131. I shouldn't give the rest because that would be doxing. There's more. It's a really long number. Yeah, I'll take a picture of it and send it to you. It's really long, so I don't want to type it. California, stop sending us your crazies. I know, right? That's the thing. People go from California to Texas, and they like, oh my gosh, look how cheap these houses are, and then they buy the houses in Texas, and then they realize, oh wow, property taxes are freaking stupid here. And then they get stuck paying all these property taxes because there's no income tax in Texas, no state income tax. So they got to get their money somewhere. So where do they get their money? Property taxes. There you go. 1010101 in distress. Texas ain't flipping, you're tripping, says 7. Sabine. Benjamin says, you'll see. Ha 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 ha. Sorry, my voice is going out. I should probably just wrap this up. Did the green hand girl go? Yes, something was amiss with her computer, so she buggered out. Bugged out? Bugged out. I don't think buggered out is probably the wrong word. The canary, Cali is the canary in the coal mine. Demographic winter is coming soon because Texas will flip. I don't know. I don't know if Texas will flip. Here's the weird thing. Like, people who come to America, immigrants who come to America, they come here because of the opportunities that our system creates, right? And like people from India, Bangladesh, Pakistan, China, Africa, people who have to trudge thousands and thousands of miles to get here, and they get here legally. They come from countries, third world countries, where they understand what poverty is, where they understand what it means to spend your whole life trying to make enough money to feed your children. And they come here and they get, I don't know what lazy, what spoiled Americans consider, I don't know why I'm doing that accent, menial jobs, cab drivers. Some of the most American, I don't want to say it, that sounds like a politician. Some of the most American people I've ever met are foreigners driving cabs. But I'm telling you, man, you ever just have conversations with cab drivers who are immigrants? It's like these are the people that are fighting for the American dream, right? They're like, I met this one dude. He was a cab driver. Actually, no, he was an Uber driver. He was an Uber driver, and he was driving around. This guy owned, I think it was liquor stores, and he had his like family running the liquor stores, but he's out driving Uber around to make extra money because he wants to give his kids the American dream. So he'll bust his butt as an immigrant to this country to take advantage not of our welfare state, but of our economic system. These are people who vote for Trump or would vote for Trump if they were citizens, right? The people that come across our borders illegally and then try to get on our welfare system, those are people who are going to vote Democratic. So it's not that immigrants I'm the son of an immigrant, so I don't want to hear it. It's not that immigrants and immigration is bad. It's who do you want here? The people that are going to come here and suck off the government tit, which means sucking off my tit, right? I pay taxes. You pay taxes. You want people to come here and suck off the government tit, or do you want people to come here who want to build the American dream? I want the immigrants here who want to fight for their children to have a better life. I do not want immigrants here who want to take advantage of our welfare state. That is the dividing line on what kind of immigrants. I don't even care what country they're from. That's the dividing line of what kind of immigrant should be allowed in America. Updog, that's kind of a weird way to say it. They're not American. They're immigrants. But they're fighting for the American dream. And I'm just not, I've talked to, do you ever talk to your cab drivers? I talk to my cab drivers all the time, especially as I've got like a 20-minute. Gee, Mike, thanks for planting the image of a Latino nursing off your man boob in my head. You're welcome, right, Thula. That's not an unfortunate, interesting visual. But you guys understand, right? You guys feel me? You want people here. As cliche as it is, this is a nation of immigrants. People who gave up their homes, their family, their friends to come to America to fight for a future for their children. My friend Johnny, his dad. All right, I'm going to give you two examples of just the American dream writ large. My friend Johnny's dad came over here from Israel, Palestine, in, I believe it was like 1976. No, I think it was 67. So he hates Israel, but that's beside the point. His dad came here with like nothing in his pocket, worked his freaking butt off, and ended up investing in real estate. I'm going to give you more than one example. I've got a lot of friends like this. Ended up, by the time he passed away, like my buddy Johnny, he inherited houses. Because he had invested in real estate and he busted his butt and he did everything right. And his freaking kids are living the American dream. He lived the American dream. The American dream is capitalism. It's getting what you getting out what you're putting in, getting out more than you put in because you freaking work so hard and you make good decisions and you don't waste your life freaking playing video games and smoking crack. Right? That's Johnny. My friend Salman, his dad came over here from Iran. He always wanted to be called Persian because he hated being called Iranian. Salman Aga. If any of you are skate fans, you probably know this guy's name. Salman Aga. His dad, again, busted his butt. Ended up starting a bakery. Freaking worked his tail off. His kids are both, Solomon Parham, they're both freaking fantastically successful guys. Solomon owns a pizzeria in LA. And I think Parham's in real estate. But they came over here, they worked their tail off, and they freaking live the American dream. My friend Omar, I'm talking about a lot of Middle Easterns. My friend Omar, he was Egyptian. His dad functionally invented the concept of Egyptian cotton. Then Egypt went socialist, nationalized his business. He came to America with like $20 in his pocket. He drove a cab. He saved his money. He invested in real estate. Omar and his family now own one of the biggest apartment complexes in Santa Monica. He's been featured on that show. Was it Millionaire? You know, the one with the guys that get houses anyways, he was on it. American Dream, man. This was in the 70s, Liam. This is in the 70s. They nationalized his business. So that's socialism, when the government nationalizes your business. I don't know if the whole country went socialist or what, but that's what they did. So I would never dream of not wanting those guys here. Because that's what it is to be, to come here as an immigrant and live the American dream. And God bless them all. I mean, I know other people who came here, and I still love these people, but they came here. They just lied their way into the country. Someone who I know, her parents told the government they're Mexican, and they told the government that they were farm workers. And so they got in on a special farm worker visa. They're not farm workers, but they're here legally now because. But whatever. At least they're not sucking off the government. They're actually working and everything. So. They nationalized the business of the Greek community back in the 60s under Nasser. Freaking Nasser. It's up to every individual to educate themselves. My people suffer for a lack of knowledge that includes biblical and historical. Truth. If we could get back to schools teaching writing, reading, arithmetic, and history, and history, and religious history, instead of women's rights and blah blah blah, whatever, all that crap. What a difference the world would make. Another problem is people thinking America has magic dirt that will transform foreigners into Jeffersonian patriots. It depends on the foreigners and their situations. You forgot science. Reading, writing, arithmetic, science. STEM. Science, technology, engineering, mathematics.
It's Steam now.
And art. STEAM. Or STEMA, if you put those wrong. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Hosea 4:6. I'm out of wine, ladies and gentlemen, so that means this stream has to come to a close. So let's say it's been an hour and 25 minutes. I'll give you 4 more minutes of my precious time, and then we'll say good night. Dash Hammer says, Red-Green Alliance, Muslims and Socialists. Why Obama liked the Muslim Brotherhood so much? Because he's a Muslim. I'm sorry. Obama, his father was a Muslim. His stepfather was a Muslim. He was raised a Muslim. He himself said, the most beautiful sound I've ever heard is the Muslim call to prayer. No! I'm sorry. If you are a Christian, if you are actually a Christian, those words would never come out of your mouth. The Muslim call to prayer is not the most beautiful sound to any Christian on planet Earth. So, yeah. His father is also a communist. Well, that depends on if you believe his father was Barack Obama Sr. or if it was that Frank, what's his face? That's another interesting thing. Cheyenne says, I'm actually Muslim, born in Iran. So would you not agree with me, Cheyenne, that no Christian would say that the Muslim call to prayer is the most beautiful sound he's ever heard? Frank Marshall Davis. That is correct. Obama was worst president. Amen, Cheyenne. Amen. Welcome to the party. If anything, it's unsettling sound. Let's see. Hossein is Shia name. Oh, Barack Hussein. Hossein is Shia name. Unrelated comment says, Joe K., the immigrants who saw the Statue of Liberty are Europeans who immigrated and assimilated at a time when 90% plus of our immigration was from Europe. What are you arguing against? America is made of immigrants. The colonists were too few too long ago. Hey, you know what? I am America. My mom is a first generation immigrant. My dad's side of the family was here in 1611. We were here way 2 centuries. Wait, 1 century. A century and a half before this was a country. So I'm both sides of the fence here, right? I am America. I'm America, dang it. Muslims are the reason why we have the U.S. Navy. Wasn't it? Aren't they the reason why we have the Marines? That's why they were called leathernecks. Because when they went over to fight the was it the Ottoman Empire? Tripoli. They fought in Tripoli against the Muslim pirates, and they would wear essentially, you know what a gorget is? They would wear leather gorgets. A gorget is a neck guard. Barbary Coast pirates, that's right. And they would wear them because the Muslims pirates had swords and they tried to chop people's heads off. So they would wear these gorgets to defend against head chopping. That's why they call Marines leathernecks. Because they were fighting Muslims, trying to chop their heads off. The things you didn't know that now you know. All right, we are over time, so I'm going to say thank you, everybody. Please do subscribe if you have not already. I really would enjoy your company next time. But until then, like, subscribe, share, and get over. Is it in the chat? Is it in the description? Yes. Please go down and sign up for the Magnificent 7. It is in the description. And hey, I'll see you guys tomorrow for another exciting episode of Cross Examinations, and then Drawn and Quartered, and something in between. Good night. God bless. Y'all have a great night's sleep.